Accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This evening, reciters are dear Shrikar for Sanskrit and dear Yashwant for English translation. They'll be reciting from Canto 3, Chapter 21, verses 29 to 43. This evening also we will have dear Pubasha and dear Papranshu singing Damodar Ashtakam. This would be roughly around 8:40 p.m. Dear Shikha, would you start with the invocation as well 3 times, please? Thank you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yata Atma Bratam Viryam Navada Parishavishyati Virye Tvadiya Rasaya Adya Santanjasatmanaha.
Translation. She will bring forth 9 daughters from the seeds sown in her by you, and through the daughters you beget, the sages will duly beget children.
Tvam cha samyagunushtaya nidesham mausattamaha mai titi kritashesha kriyato mam prapatyaye.
Translation. With your heart cleansed by my properly carrying out my command, resigning to me the fruits of all your acts, you will finally attain to me.
Kritva dayam cha jiveshu tatva cha bayam atmavan mayatmanam sahajagad rakshasi atmatni chapi mam.
Translation. Showing compassion to all living entities, you will attain self-realization, giving assurance of safety to all. You will perceive your own self as well as all the universes in me and myself in you.
Sahaham swam sakalaya tvadviryena mahamune tava kshetre dahutyayam pranisye tattva samhitam.
Translation. O great sage, I shall manifest my own plenary portion through your wife, Devahuti, along with your 9 daughters, and I shall instruct her in the system of philosophy that deals with the ultimate principles or categories.
Maitreya vacha evam tannanubhashyata bhagavan pratyashajaha jagama bindu sarasa sarvasvatya parishirat.
Translation. Maitreya went on, thus having spoken to Kardamamuni, the Lord, who reveals himself only when the senses are in Krishna consciousness, departed from that lake called Bindusarovara, which was encircled by the river Saraswati.
Nirishatastasya vavashesha siddhishvara vishishta siddhamargaha akranayan patraratenda pakshair ucharitam stomudirna sama.
Translation. While the sage stood looking on, the Lord left by the pathway leading to Vaikuntha, a path extolled by all great liberated souls. The sage stood listening as the hymns forming the basis of the Samaveda were vibrated by the flapping wings of the Lord's carrier, Garuda.
Ata samprastite sukle kaddamo bhagavan risihi aste sma bindu sarasi tam kalam pratipalayan.
Translation. Then after the departure of the Lord, the worshipful sage Kardama stayed on the bank of Bindusarovaravara, awaiting the time of which the Lord had spoken.
Manushyandanam astaya sata kaumba parichadam aropya swam duhittaram svabarya paryatam mahim.
Translation. Svayabhava Manu, with his wife, mounted his chariot, which was decorated with golden ornaments, placing his daughter on it with them. He began traveling all over the earth.
तस्मिन् सुरनवां महनी भगवान् यत्समादिशत् उपायारासमपरं मुनिः शान्तवृतस्य तत्.
Translation. O Vidura, they reached the hermitage of the sage, who had just completed his vows of austerity on the very day foretold by the Lord.
यस्मिन् भगवतो नेत्रान्यापतन्नश्रुबिन्दवः कृपया सम्परीतस्य प्रपने परितापसमः. तद्वै बिन्दुसरो नाम सर्वसत्यापरिप्लुतं पुण्यं शिवामृतजलं महर्षिगणसेवितम्.
The holy lake Bindu Sarovara, flooded by the waters of the river Saraswati, was resorted to by hosts of eminent sages. Its holy water was not only auspicious, but as sweet as nectar. It was called Bindu Sarovara, because drops of tears had fallen there from the eyes of the Lord, who was overwhelmed by extreme compassion for the sage who had sought his protection.
पुण्यद्रुमलताजालै कूजात् पुण्यमृगाद्विजहै सर्वतु फलपुष्पाढ्यां वनाराजी श्रेयान्वितम्.
Translation. The shore of the lake was surrounded by clusters of pious trees and creepers, rich in fruits and flowers of all seasons, that afforded shelter to pious animals and birds, which uttered various cries. It was adorned by the beauty of groves of forest trees.
मता द्विजागणैर्गुष्टं मता भ्रमरविभ्रमं मता बर्हिनतातोपम् अव्ययान्मता कोकिलम्.
Translation. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds. Intoxicated bees wandered there, intoxicated peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another.
कदम्ब चम्पकाशोक करञ्ज बकुलाशनहै कुन्द मन्दर कुन्दचै कूतापोतेरलङ्कृतम्. कारन्दवैप्लवैर्हंसै कुरारै जलकुक्कुटैः सारसै चक्रवाकैश्च चकोरै वल्गुकूजितम्.
Translation. Lake Bindu Sarovara was adorned by flowering trees such as Kadamba, Kapanka, Asoka, Karanja, Bakula, Asana, Kunda, Mardana, Mandara, Kutanja, and young mango trees. The air was filled with the pleasing notes of Kardava, ducks, plovers, swans, ospreys, waterfowls, cranes, chakravakas, and chakoras.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shrikar Prabhuji and Yashwant Prabhuji. So beautifully recited Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you, dear devotees, for kindly joining this evening to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And also thank you for giving this opportunity. Okay, so before we start Srimad Bhagavatam, so first of all, we shall offer our humble obeisances to Gurus and Srila Prabhupada and Vaishnavas, Krishna, Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Oh. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशान् हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामिन् इति नामिने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृणुतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्त्वय्ह भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी एतेषां सकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकधन्यं स्वस्तये नमः कृष्णे स्वदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह खलु न शुश्रूषामेषा पुराणार्को अधुनोदितः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये अति विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्तिदुषं पाण्डुषु विष्णुषु त्वयि मेनन्यविषयमतिर्मदपति असकृत् रतिमुद्वाहतदध गङ्गवभूदन्वति श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सख विष्णुर्षभावनिध्रुग्राजन्यवंशदहनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विजसुरात्यहरावतार योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किं मुताशुषः पुनश्च भूयात् भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गश तदाश्रयेषु महस्तु याम् उपयां सृष्टिं मैत्रसु सर्वत्र नमोद्विजेभ्यः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरद्विषे नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे बालोऽपि यदनुग्रहात् तरेनानमतग्राह व्याप्तं सिद्धान्तसागरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे यत्पादाश्रियविरितः सङ्गृणाचाकरव्रातात् अज्ञः सिद्धान्तसन्मनीन् ॐ नमो भगवते राधा गोविन्दाय नमः हरे कृष्ण Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees. Okay, I shall share my screen. Okay, so we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 21. Okay, so today's shloka is 31. So before this 31 shloka, so here the Kaddama Prajapati, who is the father of 9 daughters, great daughters who are all married to so many of those great sages, and Kaddamuni is the husband of Devhuti, and Kaddamuni is son of Lord Brahma. So he has meditated on the banks of Saraswati River for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then for the 10,000 years. And then Lord has appeared and then started speaking to him, because here Kaddamuni wanted to have the wife. He wanted to get married, enter into Grihastha Ashrama. For that purpose, in order to accept equivalent wife, Tamana Selam Gruhameda Denam. So he has meditated, and then now Lord was very pleased with Kaddama Prajapati, and then he has appeared to Kaddama Prajapati, and then he offered, and then his Lord started speaking to Kaddama Prajapati. And then he says about little bit of Kaddama Prajapati is that, oh Kaddama, so you will get a wife who is equivalent to your nature, and who is the daughter of Swayambhu Manu. And then from the womb of your wife, so you would beget 9 daughters. Yatata atmabhutam viryam navada prasavishyati viryetvadiye rushaya adasyanti anjasa atmanaha. So viryetvadiye, by the semen of Kaddama Prajapati, he would beget 9 daughters. So Lord is foretelling about Kaddama Prajapati. And then he also mentions Pamcha Samyak Anustaya Nidesham Ma Ushattamaha Maitidhya Kruta Ashesha Kriyadhamam Prapatyase. And then at the end of your life, so you would be free yourself everything from the material entanglement and the family life, and then by following my instructions which are given in the heart, and then you offer all your activities to me, and then you would attain me. Likewise, Lord is already foretelling to Kaddama Prajapati about his activities. Tvam samyag anustaya nidesham ma ushattamaha, by my instructions. Maitidhi kurta ashesha kriyadhomam prapasyase. So likewise, you would offer everything unto me, and then you would attain me at the end. So Lord is telling to Kaddama Prajapati. And then further he is saying, so now how you are going to live. This is Lord is instructing that you showing compassion to all living entities, you will attain self-realization. Giving assurance of safety to all, you will perceive your own self as well as the universes in me and myself in you. So it is a very beautiful shloka comes. It is every time the Lord speaks, definitely he includes these particular statements. Whenever he is speaking some kind of philosophy, as a point of that summarization, so here one has to see this all the planetary systems situated within the Lord. And Lord is situated in the heart of all the living entities. And the Lord is also in the heart of a person who is meditating on the Lord. It goes circle. He sees everything, and they are situated in the Lord. Lord is in his heart. It is so beautiful. So this particular, that means we need to see only the soul, only the spirit, not the material bodies. Okay, so that is the shloka. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 21, verse number 31. Krutva cha jiveshu dattva cha vayam atmavan mayatmanam saha jagat drakshasi atmani chapimam. Okay, can I request all devotees kindly follow me line by line, wherever it is possible, kindly unmute and recite along with me. Okay, line by line. Krutvadayam cha jiveshu
Kritvadayam cha
Kritvandayam cha जीवेषु
dattva cha vayam atmavan
Dattva
दत्त्वा
मय्यात्मानं सह जगत्
मय्यात्मानं सह जगत्
द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि चापि माम्.
द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि चापि माम्.
Okay, once again. कृत्वा दयां च जीवेषु
कृत्वा दयां च जीवेषु
दत्त्वा च भयम् आत्मवान्.
दत्त्वा च भयमात्मवान्.
मय्यात्मानं सह जगत्
मय्यात्मानं सह जगत्
द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि चापि माम्. My final time. कृत्वा दयां च जीवेषु दत्त्वा च भयम् आत्मवान्. मय्यात्मानं सह जगत् द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि चापि माम्. Very beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, translation. Showing compassion to all living entities, you will attain self-realization. Giving assurance of safety to all, you will perceive your own self as well as all the universes in me and myself in you. So this is Lord is speaking to Kadam Prajapati. Krutva dhyam cha jiveshu, having shown dhyam is compassion, cha jiveshu toward the living beings. Krutva dhyam cha jiveshu, datva cha abhayam atmavan. Datva cha having given cha and abhayam assurance of the safety, atmavan and self-realized. Mayatmanam sah jagat. My in me, Atmanam, yourself, sah jagat, along with the universe. Drakshasi, you will perceive. All this universe is existing within the Lord. Mayatmanam sah jagat, drakshasi. Atmani cha apimam. Atmani cha apimam. In yourself, api also, and mam in me. So you would see myself in, you would see me in your in your heart, in yourself. Atmanam cha apimam. Okay, likewise the Lord is saying to Kadma Prajapati. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a long purport. So the simple process of self-realization for living entity is described here. The first principle to be understood is that this world is a product of the Supreme Will. There is an identity of his world, identity of this world with the Supreme Lord. This identity is accepted in a misconceived way by the impersonalist. They say that the Supreme Absolute Truth, transforming himself into the universe, loses his separate existence. Thus, they accept the world and everything in it to be the Lord. That is pantheism, wherein everything is considered to be the Lord. This is the view of impersonalist. But those who are personal devotees of the Lord take everything to be property of the Supreme Lord. Everything, whatever we see, is the manifestation of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord. This is oneness. The difference between the impersonalist and the personalist is that the impersonalist does not accept the separate existence of the Lord, but the personalist accepts the Lord. He understands that although he distributes himself in so many ways, he has his separate personal existence. This is described in Bhagavad Gita. I am spread all over the universe in my impersonal form. Everything is resting on me, but I am not present in them. So there is a nice example regarding the sun and the sunshine. The sun by its sunshine is spread all over the universe, and all the planets rest on the sunshine. But all the planets are different from the sun planet. One cannot say that because the planets are resting on the sunshine, these planets are also the sun. Similarly, the impersonal or pantheistic view that everything is God is not a very intelligent proposal. The real position, as explained by the Lord himself, is that although nothing can exist without him, it is not a fact that everything is him. He is different from everything. So here also the Lord says, you will see everything in the world to be non-different from me. This means that everything should be considered a product of the Lord's energy, and therefore everything should be employed in the service of the Lord. One's energy should be utilized for one's self interest. That is the perfection of the energy. This energy can be utilized for real self-interest. If one is compassionate, a person in Krishna consciousness, a devotee of the Lord, is always compassionate. He is not satisfied that only he himself is a devotee, but he tries to distribute the knowledge of devotional service to everyone. There are many devotees of the Lord who faced many risks in distributing the devotional service of the Lord to people in general. That should be done. It is also said that a person who goes to the temple of the Lord and worships with great devotion, but who does not show sympathy to people in general or show respect to other devotees, is considered to be a third-class devotee. The second-class devotee is he who is merciful and compassionate to the fallen soul. The second-class devotee is always cognizant of his position as an eternal servant of the Lord. He therefore makes friendship with the devotees of the Lord, acts compassionately toward the general public in teaching them devotional service, and refuses to cooperate or associate with non-devotees. This is second-class devotee. As long as one is not compassionate to people in general in his devotional service to the Lord, he is a third-class devotee. A first-class devotee gives assurance to every living being that there is no fear of this material existence. Let us live in Krishna consciousness and conquer the nescience of material existence. So this way, the first-class devotee gives assurance. So it is indicated here that Kardama Muni was directed by the Lord to be very compassionate and liberal in his householder life and to give assurance to the people in his renounced life. A sannyasi, one in the renounced order of life, is meant to give enlightenment to the people. He should travel going from home to home to enlighten. The householder, by the spell of Maya, becomes absorbed in family affairs and forgets his relationship with Krishna. If he dies in forgetfulness like cats and dogs, then his life is spoiled. It is the duty of a sannyasi, therefore, to go and awaken the forgetful souls with enlightenment of their eternal relationship with the Lord and to engage them in devotional service. The devotee should show mercy to the fallen souls and also give them the assurance of fearlessness. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he is convinced that he is protected by the Lord. Fear itself is afraid of the Lord. Therefore, what has he to do with the fearfulness? To award fearlessness to the common man is the greatest act of charity. A sannyasi or one who is in the renounced order of life should wander from door to door, from village to village, from town to town, and from country to country, all over the world as far as he is able to travel, and enlighten the householders about Krishna consciousness. A person who is householder but is initiated by a sannyasi has the duty to spread Krishna consciousness at home as far as possible. He should call his friends and neighbors to his house and hold classes in Krishna consciousness. Holding a class means chanting the holy name of Krishna and speaking from Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? There are immense literatures for spreading Krishna consciousness. And it is the duty of each and every householder to learn about Krishna from his sannyasi spiritual master. There is a division of labor in the Lord's service. The householder's duty is to earn money because a sannyasi is not supposed to earn money but is completely dependent on the householder. The householder should earn money by business or by profession and spend at least 50% of his income to spread Krishna consciousness. 25% he can spend for his family, and 25% he should save to meet emergencies. This example was shown by Rupa Goswami, so devotees should follow. Actually, to be one with the Supreme Lord means to be one with the interest of the Lord. Becoming one with the Supreme Lord does not imply becoming as great as the Supreme Lord. It is impossible. The part is never equal to the whole. The living entity is always minute part. Therefore, his oneness with the Lord is that he is interested in the one interest of the Lord. The Lord wants every living entity to always think about him, to be his devotee, and to always worship him. This is clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Bhava Madbhaktaha. Krishna wants everyone always to think of him. Everyone should always offer obeisances to Krishna. This is the will of the Supreme Lord, and devotees should try to fulfill his desire. Since the Lord is unlimited, his desires is also unlimited. There is no stoppage, and therefore the service of the Lord is also unlimited. In the transcendental world, there is unlimited competition between the Lord and the servitor. The Lord wants to fulfill his desires unlimitedly, and the devotee also serves him to fulfill his unlimited desires. There is an unlimited oneness of interest between the Lord and his devotee. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a long purport, but it is very enlightening. So here, just if we see the meaning of this particular shloka, we'll just go through few of these shlokas exactly resembling the same meaning. So first shloka comes from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says, one of the shlokam, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikchite Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Ikchite Yoga Yuktatma. A person who is in the yoga yukta, engaged in Krishna consciousness. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Okay, the same statement in a different shloka. This is Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikchite Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Okay, this is Bhagavad Gita. And coming to Srimad Bhagavatam. So here in the Kapil Bhagavan describes, he mentions that Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma avasitaha sada tam avadhyayamam matyaha kurti accha vidambanam. If a person, I am present in the living, I am in every living entity as a super soul. If someone neglects or disrespects that super soul everywhere and engages himself in the worship of a deity in the temple, that is simply imitation. And further he also says, Yomam sarveshu bhuteshu santam atmanamishwaram hitvatyam bhajite modhyad bhasmani juhoti saha. One who worships the deity of Godhead in the temples but does not know the Supreme Lord, as Paramatma is situated in every living entity's heart, must be ignorant and is compared to one who offers oblations into ashes. So this is how one angle of a person still engaged in the deity worship but not sees the Lord in all the living entities. This is one angle. Okay, so coming to another statement by Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu to Brahma. And Brahma, after his meditation, long meditation, the Lord appears to Brahma. He says, Bhuyastvam tapatishta vidhyam chaiva madashriyam. Oh Brahma, you have engaged in ascetics and penances. Now I have appeared. Bhuyastvam, again you do japa, again meditation. Bhuyastvam tamatishta vidhyam chaiva madashriyam. So he asks again he mentions to Brahma saying that Tatapmani loke cha bhakti-yuktah samahitah drashtasi mam tatum brahman mayi lokam tvamatmanah mayi lokam tvamatmanah. So he says, O Brahma, when you are absorbed in devotional service, in the course of your creative activities, you will see me in you and throughout the universe. And you will see that you yourself, the universe, and the living entities are all in me. Okay, so this is again bringing the statement all in me and I am in yourself. Okay, it's a very beautiful shloka. Okay, this is one. And coming to this is Kadama Prajapati whenever at the end of his life, when he attained the Bhagavati Gatihi. So this is the end of his Kadama Prajapati. Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavantam avasthitam apasyat sarvabhutani bhagavatipi cha atmani. So here Kadama Muni began to see that Supreme Personality of Godhead is seated in everyone's heart and that everyone is existing on him because he is the super soul of everyone. So here the shloka today is the Lord is saying to Kadama Prajapati how you are going to live at the end. So this is the end of his life. How he is seeing the Kadama Prajapati sees the Lord Supreme Personality God is seated in everyone's heart and everyone is existing on him because he is the super soul of everyone. Okay, this is one angle. And then further, so this is about the oneness. So it is whenever Dhruv Maharaj, he was meditating, he was completely absorbing in the meditation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The way his meditation, it is called Mahi Sangatatma, and all the demigods, they are getting suffocated. They went to the Lord, and then Lord says to them that, do not worry, I will go and stop the meditation of Dhruv Maharaj. So, and then he is just actually, he is one with me in the meditation. I will go and I will stop him. Okay, so that means a devotee is there, Lord is there. And what is the oneness here? This is called Mai Sangatatma, fully absorbed in thought of the Lord. So here he says that Mabhishta Bhalam Tapaso Dhartayan Nivattayishe Pratyata Sudhama. Oh demigods, do not worry. So you just go back to your abodes. This is about a Balam Tapaso. This is Dhartayan. It is very severe austerities by a child. Balam, the boy Dhruva. Yato hi vaha prana nirodha asit. Autana padir mai sangatatma. So whatever you are feeling the suffocation, it is due to that child is doing meditation on me. And this is mai sangatatma. Fully absorbed in thought of me. This is called oneness. This is called samadhi. Vaikunta lela vidhanam samadhanam tadatmanaha. Remembering the Lord, it is oneness. But still the existing, the living entity is existing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is also existing. That is oneness in equality. Okay, so these are the different angles. Now coming back to our shloka. So Krutva Dhyam cha Jiveshu Datva cha Bhyamatman Mayatmanam Saha Jagat Rakshasyatmani Chapimam. The Lord says that you will perceive your own self as well as all universes in me and myself in you. Okay, so this is very beautiful. Now coming to here, purport Srila Prabhupada describes in an elaborated way. So here, this is called self-realization. If one knows Krishna, so again in the Mundaka Upanishad, there is one statement, Yasmin vijnate sarvam evam vijnatam bhavanti. If you know the Krishna, then you know everything else. This is called self-realization. Yasmin vijnate sarvam evam vijnatam bhavanti. Okay, so here, for every living entity is this. So the first principle to be understood is that this world is a product of the supreme will, and there is an identity of this world with the Supreme Lord. So this material world is the inferior energy, and Lord has got internal. He has got three kinds of Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta, Kshetrajñakya Tata Para, Avidya Karma Sanyaya Tritiya Shakti Rishyate. One is the inferior energy, marginal energy, superior energy. Superior energy is spiritual, all the spiritual planets. And marginal entity, the living entities belongs to the marginal. And inferior energy is the material world. This living entities, Jiva Bhuta Mahabhaho Yedam Dharite Jagat. they will come to this material world and accept some kind of body and try to fulfill their desires. But this material world is inferior energy. These are all products of the Krishna's different energies. Okay, so here this identity is accepted in a misconceived by the impersonalist. They think that Lord has transformed into different universe so that he loses his separate existence. This is the impersonalism view. But here in the Sri Brahma Samhita, so when Brahma was praying to the Lord, he also mentions that Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuto. Oh, my dear Lord, you live in the Goloka all the time. At the same time, you exist everywhere. Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuto, in the heart of all the living entities. Okay, so his existence is always in the Goloka Vrindavana. But those who are personal devotees of the Lord take everything to be the property of the Supreme Lord. Okay, this is everything belongs. This is again Ishavashim Idham Sarvam. Everything belongs to the Lord. Everything, whatever we see, is the manifestation of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord. So, if I have a home and I have got a wife and children, I am providing everything, all the bhakta, bhokta. So, just in a minute quantity, we're just making the family, feeding the family, maintaining the family. And if the children and family are trying to give a little bit of love, Father is so happy. But even the Father doesn't need anything from them. Okay, so in such a way, all property belongs to the father. If the child brings a little bit of chocolate and put in the mouth of their father, he'll be very happy. And that is where the love exchange takes place. So everything to be engaged. So, but father may not need it. Everything belongs to the Lord. Here's a simple example. Okay, this is oneness. When all the family is cooperating with the head of the family, this is called oneness. So here, every living entity, whenever he is existing in the cosmic manifestation, he must be accepting the oneness with the creator of this manifestation. So the difference between the impersonalist and the personalist is that the impersonalist does not accept the service, the separate existence of the Lord, but personalist accepts the Lord. Sometimes they use two different kinds of analogies. One is all the ocean, all the rivers, they enter into the ocean and then merge into the ocean. Okay, and then, but the devotee, see, Prabhupada describes that we also accept that one, but we take the little bit, we are the like fishes also in this water, river, and also entering into the ocean. They maintain their individuality. Though they exist in the ocean, they maintain the individuality. It's a different, and also there one of the analogies that Yatam bhare gatam bhara. Gatam bhara is the space in the pot and merge into the sky. That is also, it is already, the space is always the same. It will not go plus or minus. It is, but here it expands because of the Lord's presence. But total energy does not change. So we all see in the science, we see that energy will never be lost, or it will not be, it will just change its form. Some that is equal to mc square mass and some the velocity square, something like that. That is the energy. It just changes the form. Okay, so this is, and he has his separate personal existence. This is described in the Bhagavad Gita. This is, I am spread all over the universe in my impersonal form. I think this is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, 4th verse. So the Lord says that one there, Maya tadam idam sarvam. So he says, Maya tadam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina avyakta murtina. Matsani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha. So all are this universe, the entire universe is by me in my unmanifested form. This is impersonal Brahman. This universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So this Lord says here, Brahmano hi pratistaham amrutasya avyesacham. So this is Brahma, the Brahmano, that is impersonal Brahman. It is the effulgence of Krishna's body. Okay, so that's all creation is depending on that Brahma Jyoti. This unmanifested form is the Brahma Jyoti. Okay, so all this universe are resting within that. Okay, so that is the statement here Prabhupada is describing here. Everything is resting on me, but I am not present in them. There is a nice example regarding the sun and the sunshine. So this is very beautiful, again giving analogy. The sun is always in the sky and he gives sunlight and heat, light and heat. Okay, so this is how we can understand. So all the planets rest on the sunshine, all the living entities subsist on the sunlight and heat. But these are all different from the sun planet. All the planets are different from the sun planet. It is very easy example for us to understand, because if the analogies are not giving in here, then what happens? We will be confused. This is called concoctions. It could be like that, it could be this. So because of analogies which we are perceiving in day-to-day life, that way we can easily understand. Otherwise, it will not be possible. So our scriptures, they give 5 different topics for easily to explain. As preacher must follow the these 5 topics to be included in his speaking. One is the pratigna, establishing the statement. Second one is the giving the reasons for why he is speaking. Third one is examples. And fourth one is bringing all the explanations in order to support the pratigna, the established statement, why it is. Okay, we have to explain all in a connecting way to support the pratigna. That is the fourth one. And the fifth one is the showing the evidences from the scriptural point of view. Okay, he is not speaking something which is speculative. So these are the 5 topics come together in order to support the pratigna, whatever we speak. So these analogies are examples. When we give these examples, okay, Krishna has done this pastime, then we understand. The sun god is in the sky, in the sun planet in the sky, and it is giving me all sun, heat and light. Yes, we can understand it. This is the way we perceive. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So here, this example, one cannot say that because the planets are resting on the sunshine, these planets are also the sun. Okay, everyone can understand. Similarly, impersonal or pantheistic view that everything is God is not a very intelligent proposal. We are here coming together. One person is speaking, one person is hearing. There is exchange is happening. If everything is only one, so Prabhupada gives one of the example. When Prabhupada was coming from India to America, he was coming in a ship, but he was in the island, he was in the ocean, all the water. He maybe first day is all right, second day is fine, and then third day is boring, fourth day frustration. There is no varieties there. And similarly, when one is situated in somewhere in a planet, it may be new, but first day is fine, second day is all right, third day is boring, fourth day frustration. There is no varieties after that. In the similarly impersonalist, so he may attain Brahma Jyoti, but there is no varieties are there. So, and then there is a chance that he may fall down. Kuto anyat kal viplutam. Matsevaya pritam te. So here the Lord says, Matsevaya pritam te salokyadi chatustayam. So there, Salokyadikis, my devotees, they always choose to serve me all the time. Matsevya prahitam te. That is such a wonderful, glorious glorious thing is my service, serving to the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And also he says that Nechayanti sevaya purnaha kutonyat kalviplutam. Without serving service unto me, nechaya sevaya, without serving, they do not want to come back to me, to the spiritual planet. And kutonyat kalviplutam, even they are not taking the Damodarastaka also says that I don't want any liberation out of this through the bhakti. That is the mood of a devotee. And also Lord also says that my devotees, they do not desire only the liberation. Even though I give the Vaikuntha planet, Salokyadi Chatushtayam, Kuto Anyat Kaliplutam, and one of the liberation called Sayujya is not included there. Lord says that Salokyadi Chatushtayam. Sayujya means merging into the Brahman. If merging into the Brahman, there are no varieties. Kuto Anyat Kaliplutam, in due course of time, they may fall down. So this is again, it is mentioned. That's why we need varieties. This is that all the scriptures say that varieties. In the spiritual world, there are lots of varieties, pastimes. That's when there is a Lord and the devotees, service, so many things manifest. Okay, so the real position, as explained by the Lord himself, is that although nothing can exist without him, it is not the fact that everything is him. He is different from everything. So here also Lord says, you will see everything in the world to be non-different from me. This means that everything should be considered a product of Lord's energy. Therefore, everything should be employed in the service of the Lord. Okay, that should be utilized for one's self-interest. That is the perfection of energy. Okay, so and also here, energy can be utilized for the real self-interest if one is compassionate. Compassionate means one has to show samdrushaha, he needs to see all the living entities with equal level. Titikshavaha, karunikaha, suhridaha, sarvadehinam, ajatachatravaha, syantaha, sadavaha, sadhubhoshanaha. These are the ornaments of a sadhu. A sadhu is always engaged in the devotional service. Titikshavaha, tolerant, and karunikaha, compassionate. Suhradaha sarvadehinam, and he is well-wisher of all the living entities. So here, a person in Krishna consciousness, a devotee of Lord, is always compassionate. He is not satisfied that only he himself is a devotee. That's why he tries to distribute the knowledge of devotional service to everyone. So what is the wonderful thing here, when he is distributing if we have got some kind of material product, I have got some money or something, if I give something, the material thing, it will be gone. I have got 100 rupees. If I just distribute it to 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, so I may distribute 2 people and then it will be 0. And then there is no more. If it is a spiritual thing, spiritual asset, when we are distributing, it will increase more and more. That knowledge will be increased more and more. The reflections will increase more and more. He will get the service more and more. It will always eternally increasing. Okay, this is a very beautiful thing. One can see it. So here, a devotee tries to distribute the knowledge of devotional service to everyone. There are many devotees of the Lord who faced many risks in distributing the devotional service of the Lord to the people in general. So, Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Devat Adharmasya Sudikkitasya Anugrahe Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardhanasya. Charanti Nunam, they're always wandering on the world. Even here, Kadama Prajapati also later he asks the Lord, Parivrajit Padavim Ashtuaham Parivrajit Padavim. So he wanted to wander in the world and then keeping the Lord in his heart and then glorify the Lord, glories of the Lord. So throughout the world. This is again a very beautiful thing. Param Pradhanam Purusham Mahantam Kalam Kavirim Tivrutam Lokapalam Atmanubhut Anugata Prapancham Swachan Siktim Kapilam Prapadje. So, and also here he asked Pariraj Padvim Astu Aham Cherishe Twam Sudiyunjan Vishokaha. Cherishe Twam Sudhinjan Vishokaha. And then I will keep you in my heart, and then free from all kinds of the lamentations. Okay, and then wander around the world and spread the glories of the Lord. This is called Parivrajaka. And also it is said that person who goes to the temple of the Lord and worships with a great devotion. This is giving a different first class, second class, and third class. This one given by Kapil Bhagavan. He mentions one of the statement that Mahatam Bahumanena Deenanam Anukampaya Maitriyacha Yevatmatulyeshu Yemena Nimena Cham. One should be respecting all the great devotees. There, Srila Prabhupada, I think it is coming here 29, yes, devotional service. Here, Prabhupada gives that description here. First class devotee, Mahatam Bahumanena Deenanam Anukampaya. So here, Prabhupada gives elaboration description as well. Who is the first class devotee, who is second class devotee, and who is the third class devotee. So first class devotee, okay, it's same here also he has given Prabhupada. This first class devotee is one who does not discriminate between the neophyte and also other devotee. Neophyte and other devotee. He does not discriminate because he sees the Lord everywhere. So this is the first class devotee who gives assurance and also gives assurance to every living being that there is no fear of this material existence. Okay, so this is one assurance. This is the statement that first class devotee tells. Second class person, devotee, he is always cognizant of his position, and as eternal servant, he therefore makes friendship with the devotees of the Lord, acts compassionately toward the general public in teaching them devotional service, and refuses to cooperate or associate with the non-devotees. So this is, again, sometimes we may be thinking that I do not want to associate with the non-devotees. Of course, we do not associate, but here, sometimes there may be chances that we may come in contact with the non-devotees as well. Sometimes we may go to the offices and work with non-devotees. Okay, so here we have to see this is a second class devotee. And third class devotee is he does not show sympathy to the people in general or to show respect to the other devotees. He is considered to be third class devotee. But still he goes to the temple, offer his obeisance and give some charity. But when he does not show the sympathy to the people in general and or show respect to the other devotees. He is considered to be third class. Okay, so this one again here, a person is going to the temple and worshipping. There are again we have seen those statements. Okay, so this one is stated here. One who is worshipping that Lord in the temple, but he does not see the Lord in the heart of all the living entities, then it is called Basmani eva juhoti saha, just like a pouring the oblations in the ashes. So a devotee must be compassionate to all the living entities. Shuni chaiva supake cha samadarshinaha panditaha samadarshinaha vidya vinay sampanne brahmani havikastini shuni chaiva supake cha panditaha samadarshinaha. This is called pandita. The first class devotee is a pandita. Okay, so it is indicated here that further going to next, Kadamuni was directed by the Lord to be very compassionate and liberal in his household life and to give assurance to the people in his renounced life. So he begot 9 daughters and he gave the nine daughters to the 9 other sages. They got married and they went. Now at home, Kadamuni and only Devhuti are there. And later on, as soon as he understood that the Lord is in the womb of Devhuti, and then Kapil Bhagavan was born, and then he is grown enough to give protection to his mother. Then Kadam Prajapati took the permission from Kapil Bhagavan, and then he leaves.
Hare Krishna,
Please go
Prabhuji.
on.
So sorry to interrupt.
Mataji.
We're having the Damodar Ashtakam now.
Okay.
We have the bhajan first and then continue with the class.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, yes. Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for reminding.
Thank you. So we have Purbasha and dear Purbasha and Pranshu singing
Yes.
the Damodar Ashtakam. So Purbasha and Pranshu, are you ready? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, yes, we're ready.
Okay, so we'll have the English translation first. Who is doing the translation, please?
Rajani, please. Yeah, they can do alternately, Mataji. Is it okay?
Yes, that's fine. So when you're ready, please start. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokul, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning from into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is not bound with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokul in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar, hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows, and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kuber, Manigriv and Nalakuber, were delivered from the curse of Narada, and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this, and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly felted rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Namo Vishwaram Sachidananda Nasakundalam Gokule Rajamana Yashoda Piyalu Kala Tavamana Parameshtamadhyanta Yodhutya Gopya Sudantam Purnitra Yugmam Brijantam Karambhojayugnena Satanganetram Muhushvashakam Patrire Kankakanta Gitagrevam Damodaram Bhaktipatam Iti Diksvalila Virananda Kunde Swaghosam Himajantam Lakyapayantam Tadiye Sitane Shubhakreditatvam Guna Prematastam Tata Pritibhante Param Deva Moksham Moksham Vadimva Gachanyam Vineham Parishadapiha Idam Deva Purnatha Gopaladhanam Sada Premanasya Virastam Kimantye Idam te mukham bhojam adhyantadile Ritam kundalasnigaraktescha gopra Muhusyum vitam vivarakta me Manasya vyaktam lakshalabe Namo Deva Namo Deva Namo Vishnu Yasudha Prabhu Dugda Jala Primagram Tribadishti Vishyati Dinam Batanu Ihanesha Mamagya Medyakshi Trishya Kuberatmajavathamutyabayata Vayamujitau bhakti bhajau vidhau cha Atha prema bhakti svagame prayata Amukshe grahomesti damodare Namaste Sudambe Spuradiptidambe Tadiyodarayata Vishwashadambe Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Namdalilaya Devaya Tubhram Amoradhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nandadinaye Divaya Yugam Amoradhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Nandadinaye Divaya Yugam Rameshwaram Sachidanandalupam Rasat Kundaram Gokule Bhagavan Yashoda Biyolukadadamamanam Parameshamachandra Dodhya Gopra Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Shri Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol. Jai Damodar Ashtakam ki jai.
Jai.
Ki jai.
Jai.
Damodar ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Purbasha and Pranshu. Very well done. Beautiful singing. Thank you. And also thank you to Pavan for sharing your screen and the lamp offering ceremony. Thank you so much. Over to you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to sing the Damodar Ashtakam today. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Matajis and Prabhujis. Okay, back into again Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is Prabhupada is describing about the devotees they wander around the world to distribute the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So that it is Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. So it's a very beautiful statement. So this is the only Asti Heko Mahan Gunaha. This is the only best thing in this universe. Otherwise, it is all the mistakes and faults in this age of Kali. Asti Heko Mahan Gunaha. Okay, so this is what devotees are going from door to door and then enlighten all the living entities. Okay. Okay, that is the householder. So, and here Prabhupada is giving, instead of people just engaging, these are people who just absorb in the family affairs and forgets the relationship with Krishna, and then finally dies within forgetfulness. They don't do chant the names of the Lord. They may be lacking. This is Sayanaha Parisojadbihi Parivitaha Subundubihi. And surrounded under even the last moments on the bed, he is like lying like a helpless. Parivitaha Subundubihi, all the family members are surrounded. But sometimes many people leave their body in the hospitals and so many other places, like cats and dogs. His life is spoiled. But what is the life is perfection. Ante Narayana Smritihi. This is Janmalabham Param Pumsam Ante Narayana Smritihi. This is what we needed. That's why Etad Nirvijhamananam Ichitam Akuto Bhayam. So for the Ichitam Akuto Bhayam, then they have to engage themselves in the glorifying Krishna. So in the beginning of second canto, Sukadeva Goswami starts speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. This is Hare Namani Anukirtanam. One has to glorify Krishna again and again, again and again. Anukirtanam. Okay, otherwise, so here that's why it is a duty of a sannyasi, therefore, to go and awaken the forgetful souls with enlightenment of their relationship with the Lord and to engage them in devotional service, free from the material and time. Mukta Sangasya Param Vrajet. So that's why this again in the how the Jivanti Natmadasru, Jivanti Natmadamasu Parashriyam. So they're always living for the sake of other living entities. This is a devotee, not for his personal bodily maintenance sake. It is not his duty. He is satisfied. This is Daiva Labdhen Santosha. Swadharmacharanam Sekya Vidharmacha Nivattanam Daiva Labdhen Santosha Atmavit Charanachanam. This is the devotee's position. He carries out his duties. He does not engage in the sinful activities. Vidharmacha Nivattanam. And then Daiva Labdhen Santosha. Whatever comes in the way, he is satisfied. Atmavit Charanachanam. And engage in the service of the spiritual master, and then progressing in the spiritual path. Then he is qualified. That way, at the end, he is entering into the abode of the Lord. So here, the devotee should show mercy to the fallen souls and also give them the assurance of the fearlessness. This is akuto bhayam. Jnana vairagyuktena bhakti yogena yoginaha kshemaya padamulimi pravishanti akuto bhayam. This is again Nanyatra mad bhagavataha pradhana purusheshwarat atmanaha sarvabhutanam bhayam tivram nivartate. Except the Lord, no one can give the fearlessness to the living entity. Only na anyatra, no other alternative. Only the Krishna's lotus feet. That's why he is always shows the lotus feet for what? Pradarshyantam krupayanakendu mayoka bhinnanguli charupatram pradarshyantam. So that's why Brahma also prays in his prayers that my Lord, you show your lotus feet like that. Pradarshyantam krupaya, by so much of compassion to the living entities. Pumsam sudharmaya vivikti dharmaihi. Abhyachatam, they're always worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. And the Lord always shows the feet. One has to go to the feet of the Lord, lotus feet, take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, as soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he is convinced that he is protected by the Lord. And he has got all kinds of protection. And fear itself is yad bhivemi swayam bhayam. Fear itself is fearful of the Lord. Therefore, what has to do with the fearfulness? He has nothing to do with the fearfulness. He is always in the fearlessness. Akuto bhayam. That is one has to achieve before he leaves his body. So here, to award fearlessness to the common man is the greatest act of the charity. This is Tavad Bhayam. Many people, Tavad Bhayam. Again, this is Brahma's prayer. It is a very beautiful prayer. Tavad Bhayam. What is that? It is 9th shloka, 3rd chapter. Yes, this one. Going in this 6th shloka comes. Tavad Bhayam Dravina Deha Suhurunimittam Shokaha Spruha Paribho Vipulapsha Lobaham Tavan Mamit Asadavagrahatyamulam Yavannatingrim Abhyam Pravnita Lokaha. This is Tavad Bhayam, the fear for the sake of Dravina Deha Suhurut Nimittam, for the sake of money, for the body, for the friends, and for the Nimittam, only for the matter of that. Shokaha, Spruha, Paribhavo, Vipulasha, Lobaha. So many things he will go through. Shokaha is what is lamentation. Spruha, desires. Paribhavaha, paraphernalia. Vipulaha, and very great cha. Lobaha, also Lobaha is the avarice. Tavan mameti asadavagraha artimulam. He thinks that everything belongs to me, so he struggles like that. Artimulam. Artimulam is full of anxieties. Until what point he struggles? Yavannate angrim abhyam pravnita lokaha. Until he comes to the shelter of lotus feet of the Lord. Safe lotus feet. Angrim abhyam pravnita lokaha. Otherwise, he has to keep struggling for this is my home. And if it is your home, you need to clean and everything. And then you need to pay council tax. You need to pay so many bills. And then for that, you have to work outside and become a slave to someone else who is not a devotee. Such kind of people, again, this is a different statement by Savanakati sages. Swavitvirah Ushtakarihi Samstaha Purushaha Pasuhu Naitkarna Patopedo Jatu Nama Gadagrajaha. They are compared with the different kinds of animals. Swavitvirah Ushtakarihi Samstaha Purushaha Pasuhu. That goes. Okay, but until they take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, they will always go through such anxieties. So here Prabhupada is mentioning that a sannyasi one has to give that fearlessness to the living the householders. That's why he wandered from door to door, village to village, town to town, and from country to country, all over, as far as he is able to travel and enlighten the householders about Krishna consciousness. Okay, this is the main duty of the devotees, to wander around the world. So a person who is a householder but is initiated by a sannyasi has the duty to spread. Again, this is again a duty for all of us as householders. Prabhupada is giving here. So holding class means chanting the holy name of the Lord. Everyone has to invite the people to their home and do some kind of bhajan and feed prasadam and read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. This is called spreading Krishna consciousness. It is very easy. So that Prabhupada is giving here. Okay. And there is a further there is a division of labor in the Lord's service. That's how Lord householder's duty is to earn money, because a sannyasi is not supposed to earn money, but is completely dependent on the householder. But of course here the sannyasi is completely independent in only taking shelter of the Lord, not by any of the society also. And here in the society, that means the householders would be contributing to feed brahmachari, vanaprastha, and sannyasa, 3 other ashramas. That is the householder. It is duty of the householder, but sannyasi is not depend on anyone. Sannyasi is not, he is depending on only the Lord. But in the varnashrama dharma, householder feed all these other ashramas and varnas. Okay, the householder should earn money, again giving this Prabhupada number of times, 50% for the sake of to spread Krishna consciousness, 25% for his family, 25% for he should save to meet emergencies. This is the example of Rupa Goswami. He has saved some money in order to free his brother, elder brother Sanatana Goswami from the prison, just giving that so that he will be escaped from the prison. So that he has saved that money, some gold coins in the local merchant. Okay, that is to meet emergencies. And further, finally, Prabhupada is describing here, actually to be one with this is Mai Sangatatma. This is Krutva Dhyam Jiveshu Datva Cha Vayamatman Mayatmanam Sahajagat Drakshasyatmini Chapimam. So what is one with the Supreme Lord means to be one with the interest of the Lord, not this is Mai Sangatatma. Mai Sangatatma. Dhruv Maharaj, he was meditating, that is Mai Sangatatma. It is not becoming one with the Lord. It is one with the interest of the Lord. So become one with the Supreme Lord does not imply becoming as great as Supreme Lord. It is impossible. That is not possible. So the part is never equal to the whole, and the living entity is always a minute part. A gold particle is gold particle only, and gold mine is gold mine only. It is part and parcel of that mine. So here, that's for oneness with the Lord is that he is interested in the interest of the Lord. That's all. He is not one with the Lord. In equality, he is one. In quantity, the Lord is Vibhu, he is Anu. Okay, so this is, and the Lord, what is the will of the Lord? What is the Lord's interest? Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyadi mam namushkuru mam yev shishiptayevam atman mat parayanaha. So this is what Lord wanted. You become my devotee, you offer obeisances to me and become Madhyaji, you worship me, Namaskuru. So these are all Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu Ma Manusmarijita. You always only remember me, not anything else. Okay, this is, and you should love only me, not anyone else. He also mentions that Aham atmanam dhatah preshtah presamapi atho mai ratin kudya deha dihiyat kute priyaha. I so preshtah he is mentions I should be most dearest one to everyone. Aham atmanam dhatah preshtah say preshtah san presam api. If you have got so many dearer ones, out of those ones, you must select me as the most dearest one. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu says to Brahma. Aham atmanam dhatah preshtah sen presam api. So this is what Lord wanted. This is the desire of the Lord. So this is everyone should always offer obeisances to Krishna. This is the will of the Supreme Lord, and devotee should try to fulfill his desire. Since the Lord is unlimited, his desires are also unlimited. So this kind of unlimited thing. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very nicely describes in the Adi Leela fourth chapter how the gopis are trying to fulfill the desires of the Lord, and the Lord is very happy. And by looking at that happiness, they serve more. There is always competition between the gopis and Krishna. They wanted to see Krishna's happiness. Here, Krishna wanted to awaken the devotion in the gopis, so that keep on going and increasing unlimitedly. This is unlimited. So this is devotee also serves him to fulfill his unlimited desires. There is unlimited oneness of interest between the Lord and his devotee. Okay, this is a competition. So just to give a look, one glimpse of that Chaitanya Charitamrita, what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says in this one. Not going in deep, but here in the fourth chapter. Okay, so here competition, it is very beautiful word he uses. Competition. Okay. So here, in this way, a competition takes place. Let me just move that. The constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love, they both go on increasing, but neither knows the defeat. Neither knows the defeat. Man Madhurya, Radhara Prema, don't he hoda kari, Kshane Kshane Bhade Dhoni, Eha Nahi Hari. So it's a constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love. They both go on increasing, but neither knows the defeat. This is the desire of Krishna. Here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says the reasons for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. That service competition is always going. Devotee stasis according to their own respective love. And then further, if I see my sweetness is in a mirror, I tempted to taste it, but nevertheless I cannot. So this is, I deliberate and wait to taste it. I find that I hanker for the position of Radhika. Okay, and this one there are further. So the competition is further going here. Takes place, and then competition of increasing beauty between gopis and Krishna without limitations is so delicate that sometimes mundane moralists mistake these dealings to be purely amorous, but these affairs are not at all mundane, because the gopis intense desire to satisfy Krishna surcharges the entire scene with pure love of Godhead, with a not spot of sexual indulgence. Okay, this is service of gopis to Krishna. Okay, so there is very beautiful pastimes in this one. One has to read it and relish that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives the nectarian pastimes. Okay, so Prabhupada is explaining here. One has to serve Krishna to fulfill his unlimited desires. Okay, with that one, I stop there. So we have passed 9 o'clock, few minutes. That is Kritva Dayam Jiveshu Datva Chabhimatman Mayatmanam Sah Jagat Rakshasyatmani Chapimam. This is a philosophical verse and lots of reflections. Prabhupada gave more nectarian points here. So I request the devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly ask and kindly share. Hare Krishna. So maybe okay, so it's past 9 o'clock. So if there are no questions, no sharings, then we shall conclude and conclude our session.
Thank you for the very nice class, Prabhuji. As always, Hare Krishna.
Thank Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry for interruption.
Yes.
Very nice class actually. And I just have one question regarding the devotee one. When you mention
Yes.
3 types of devotees, and then I'm just trying to understand like consequences of looking everyone as the same, like showing empathy to everyone. That's what the first class of devotee says, right?
Yes.
So, and also like in this current world, it's like it's easy for people to misuse the kindness. So how about like we choose to be kind all the time, and then what if there are, say, X kind of people who disrupts your bhakti, and if you're still kind to them and don't set a boundary, end of the day you lose your bhakti. Like you get situations like that, right? So in general, so how to not do other, and also put a boundary in this actual when you come across people who disturb your bhakti.
Yes. Here Krishna says, Prakritehe guna sammodaha sajjante guna karmasu tana Krishna vido mandhan Krishna vid na vichalayet. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in the material activities and become attached, but wise should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. So devotees do not disturb them unnecessarily unless he has done some pious activities following some kind of penances. So this is Krishnavit. Krishnavit Navichalayet, a devotee or who knows about the condition of a living entity, he does not disturb other living entities in the material world. How to choose then whom to approach? Krishna gives the 4 Chaturveda Bhajante Mam Janaha Sukritunodjuna Artu Adhati Jnasu Artu Adhati Jnani Cha Bharatarshabha Jignasu. So 4 kinds of Ardho, Adhati, Jnani, Jignasu. 4 kinds of people we need to approach. But devotees, they go further beyond crossing that line, and then it is more compassion. But this is all this is Dehopi Devashika Karma Yavat Swarambakam Samikshata Eva Sasuhu. Devotee is always under the supervision of the Lord. All his activities are under control. Evasa Asasuhu means all his senses, his activities, under the control of the Supreme Lord. So his activities will be complete in one way. Even though he goes his line, he does not have any personal ambitions. But here, in the material world, when we approach the non-devotees, so here, if they are very busily engaging sense gratification, but we don't disturb them.
What if like non-devotees give this to me? Devotees.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
What if that's the case?
Yeah, we should not unsettle them. Navichalaye. We should not try to agitate them. See the word, actual word. We should not try to agitate them. But we have got so much of business here. There are so many people who are hankering for Krishna consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That is where otherwise one must have done some pious activity. Then he will be inclined to take Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he would not be ready yet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Any other questions?
No, Prabhuji, it was the only one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there are no further questions. Then we shall conclude. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की
Jai
जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम
भागवतम
की
की
जय
जय।
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा
थैंक यू प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you,
so much.
Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hari Bol
Krishna.
to Amoga Prabhuji,
Hare
everyone.
Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol. Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Thank you.